token Edomite, I guess Sigourney Weaver, she was a military general, and she died in one of the wars.
Right.
And he was her little child. He was her child or whatever. And somehow he got stuck with the Navi people. Right. He got raised amongst them. So now you got Captain Esau.
Right.
Little Edomite. He gets raised up amongst the Navi people, which represents Gad or Israel in general. But if you notice, when they were taking the guns out of the water, they really didn't want to mess with them.
Right.
But you notice him, he knew the gun right away.
Right.
He was raised among them, but he knew the gun right away.
Right.
Esau telling on himself, they're the people of the sword.
Right.
Notice how he knew how to take the gun and load it and shoot it. And he said, you could blast so many, because what? They know.
Yeah.
Esau know. That's why we don't need them, but it backs up this truth that we teach you.
Right.
You can't deny this truth. Not everybody want to come along and, the doctrine of one West and this and that, and it's like, no, even Hollywood knows.
Yeah, they know it, because they keep repeatedly doing it.
Repeating it and doing it.
It's every year at least 1 or 2, sometimes 3.
Sometimes 3 or 4.
We end up in the kingdom, and then he's there too. Planet of the Apes. You can keep the magical Negro movie. You can keep it's always okay. The kingdom is theirs, but I'm there too.
and within him. And that's crazy, because that's the punch. That's the punchline is always the kingdom.
Right.
It's always the kingdom.
Right.
And why is that? Because we're living in the last days of Esau's kingdom.
Right.
It's almost like he can't talk about nothing else.
Right.
That's why he make movies like him.
Right.
Because all he could do now is just show how Satan is the end now.
Yeah.
All he can do is talk about the world to come and fantasize about him being there too.
Right.
Or being in a rulership level. Or just tell everybody he's the devil.
Right.
Every year, like you said, even these underground movies, if you count the underground movies, it's at least 10 movies per year.
Per year, yeah.
Per year about the end, and that's for the last 20 years.
Right.
How long we been doing movie reviews?
Right.
And even us, if you go into it, most of them, I would say about 70. And I'm being fair.
Right.
About 70% of the movie reviews we do are based upon the end of Esau's kingdom and the beginning of our kingdom. Second Ezra 6 through 9. Right. So, but throughout them telling a story of their kingdom falling and us coming to rule, they leave breadcrumbs.
Right.
So he knew, that's Genesis 27 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
By the sword Esau would live.
Right.
Out of all the Navi people, only the Edomite knew how to use the gun.
Right.
They let you know they're Esau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know what the Bible says. Right? So,
Salakia, you can't forget that the Edomite had the dreads.
Right.
So it's almost like that Wigger mentality.
Right.
Because that's another indicator that's representing our people.
Right.
Because he was raised amongst the Navi people, and he got the dreadlocks.
Right.
So it's like I'm down with y'all. It's like the hair represents I'm crossed over into y'all.
Right. Yeah, we gonna touch on that.
Right.
Because when you check it out, all the Navi people, most of them had braids, but some of them had like locks too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is us. I mean, Gad is known more so for the braids.
Right.
Benjamin is known for the locks.
Right.
Then when Benjamin brought the locks over, I would say maybe the 70s, 80s, Judah started that. Everybody in the damn hood had locks. You ain't know who was Jamaican or who was Black American. Because it became a culture amongst our people.
Right.
So all that symbolizes us.
Right.
You was raised around the niggas.
Yeah.
Or you was raised around the Israelites, so you even got to look like them.
Yeah.
And even he was giving them pound and calling them bro.
Yeah,
because what? He was raised amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, yeah, he had the locks in his hair. But remember, from the beginning, they were like, yo, we can't trust the pink skins.
Yeah,
They was calling them the pink skins, and they said even him. Do you remember what his name was?
Spider.
Right, Spider. How could I forget that?
Yeah.
The Edomite named Spider, I forget the actor's name because I looked it up a little bit too.
Right.
But I didn't get all their names. Spider, right, when you check it out, he was amongst them, but you had certain, and this is funny because Esau is something else. Remember, a lot of the women were against him being around.
Right.
They were like, we can't trust the pink skins.
Right.
Then, eventually some of the men too was like, yeah, we can't trust the pink skins. We got to get rid of them, whatever. But pink skin pink is a derivative of red.
Right.
You mix red and white together.
They were being direct with that, calling them pink
that.
skin. Yeah.
Right, pink skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what did God call them? Pale skins.
Right.
They just played with words.
Yeah.
Played with words, no pun intended, right? So God called them the pale skins.
Right.
So they're telling you Hollywood knows. So this word that we've been teaching, they know it's the truth.
Right.
Maybe y'all listen to them.
Right.
Because when a white man tell you something on Hollywood,
Yo,
they
they
listen to that.
yeah,
but then
it
they
must
don't
be the
wanna
truth.
listen
Yeah.
because it's backing us up. It's
Right.
backing up this truth we've been teaching.
Right.
But all throughout the movie, they was calling them I think pink skins
The pink
and
skin.
pink skins.
Yeah.
Right?
It was basically two terms for them.
Yeah.
Either the pink skins or the sky people.
Well, or the sky people, or the pink skins.
Yeah.
Right? I think I saw in one part they called them the pink skins too.
Yeah.
Right?
The pink skins.
All
yeah.
right, but what did God call them? The pale skinned people.
Right.
Right? What does the scripture say? Jacob's face would not now wax pale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So meaning we wouldn't be like Gamal Nasser said, we wouldn't leave Israel black and come back white or pale skinned.
Right.
Right? So they know who they are.
Right.
Esau know. And some of these Edomites, they're not even pink, they straight up red.
Yeah.
Some of them
Candy
are
apple
darker than
red.
others.
Yeah.
Candy apple damn red. You know what I'm saying? Right, so so they had another scene where when Spider was telling them how to use the gun, they were still apprehensive, like, no, weapons of iron are not they're forbidden, right? The weapons of iron are forbidden. But when you check it out, the man came back. That's why the man. He said we have to fight them with their weapons or something stronger,
right,
or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
He said we gotta fight them with their weapons. And what did it tell you in Job? They shall flee from the iron weapon,
right,
and the bow of steel shall follow them, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing in the book of Job 27, I believe it is. But the ultimate weapon of iron is going to be the nukes.
Right.
Because what is a nuke? A nuke just look like a large bullet.
Right.
And what happened? A nuke it's launched from a silo.
Right.
It's almost like pulling the trigger.
Right.
When they put in those nuclear codes, that's pulling the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So the iron weapon is really going to be the nuclear destruction. That's why the movie is called Fire and Ash.
Right.
Right, fire and ash,
Mm-hmm.
fire and fire,
fire and
more
fire.
fire burn.
God.
Right, and it's funny that Zoe Saldana, she's a Simeonite. In the book of Judith, I think is 16, 17, if I'm not mistaken. Judith prays for all the enemies of the Most High to put fire and worms in their flesh.
Right.
Meaning for them to be burnt up to utter destruction.
Right.
It's just the movie is called Fire and Ash, but Judah said fire and worms.
Right.
And Judith is what? A Simeonite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't
Perfect.
make this up.
The Most
right?
High, it has a sense of humor.
The
man.
Most High got a sense of, even if Hollywood didn't understand that deep, which they might have.
Yeah.
But the Most High got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
The Most High said, I'm going to put a Simeonite as the lead actress, and the Simeonite is going to say, your flesh going to be fire and worms.
Right.
The movie's going to be called Fire and Ash. Right. But the weapon, the main weapon, because the movie goes into World War III also.
Right.
Because when you check it out, I don't want to jump the gun, but it's symbolizing all the nations against Israel also.
Right.
But I'm going to get to that part. Right. Right. So fast forward, they're having a meeting and they're talking about, listen, basically Jake, the man's name was Jake.
Yeah, his name was Jake. God.
One of the main Navi people.
Yeah.
Right? And Navi goes into Navajo.
Right.
All right, that can go into like Navajo, and that could be a play on different Native American tribes.
Right.
All right, the name, they can play name, you know what I'm saying? But Navi, that can be like in comparison to Navajo. So he's like one of the main characters of the Navi people. Matter of fact, he's the main one that they're after.
Right.
And who's Esau's main target? Jake.
Jake
Jake is short for who? Jacob.
Right.
Which Esau's target is all the 12 tribes, but they mainly want to stick on Jake, which is Judah, the so-called black man.
Right.
And a lot of times, their war, they look at all us as Jakes. Like, Benjamin is the the Caribbean is the Jacob Benjamin.
Right.
Levi is the the Haitian is the Jacob Levi.
Right.
The Puerto Rican is the Jacob Ephraim.
Right.
So that's symbolic to all the tribes.
Right.
Because he was the main enemy that they wanted to conquer.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jake was talking to the family, what did he say? He said that Spider has to go.
Right.
He said that that's the only way. He said, well, no, he said it's the only way later on.
Right.
But he said he needs to be amongst his own people.
Right.
Meaning, what is he doing here with us? In Jake's spirit, he didn't trust. He's like, this little devil shouldn't be amongst us.
Right.
He said he need to go back to his own people.
Right.
That shows you that that's why the man is needed.
Right.
And the man is needed with a non-buck broken spirit.
Right.
The man is needed with the spirit of the Most High, because the man gonna peep the danger.
Right.
He gonna be like, this cracker is cool and nice and trying to be down, but he gotta go amongst his own people.
Right.
We can't trust him because he can always turn and infiltrate us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Esau knows.
Right.
Right. That's why the scriptures say, in the last days, every man shall turn to his own people.
Right.
You know, we got this debate about Gentile salvation now, but even if these Gentiles want to cleave in these last days, they can learn the word and learn what their position going to be in the kingdom.
Right.
But now it's time for us to gather Israel together.
Right.
We don't need to be at some Passover somewhere and an Edom might say, well, I want to learn, and he's sitting in there eating lamb with us.
Right.
No. Your ass can stay home and do that.
Right.
Yeah, if the nations want to do the law all they want, they can have their separate dwellings. But the Lord said, gather yourself together, O nation not desired.
God.
So they still got to be from amongst us. But that shows you what? That Hollywood and Esau know that what? Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
God.
Right? There's a great gulf fixed between us. There will never be no unity between Esau and Jacob.
Right.
Not on that level of us being equal, no.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So got these they're flying on these like boats or whatever. Of course, that's symbolic to the chariots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got like these beasts that fly these like ships through the air.
Right.
But that's symbolic to the chariots, right?
Right.
Because even when you read about when you read about the chariots, the Most High say there's one scripture where the Lord says, as birds flying.
Right.
Then it tells you in Matthew about how the chariots, I'm paraphrasing, how they gonna form like an eagle.
Right.
So it was almost like these were like giant birds
Right.
with ships on them, flying them through the air, symbolic to the chariots.
God.
Then Esau had his chariots, but they called them demon ships.
Right.
Notice Esau, that can be compared to their military. They got they got stealth fighters and all that different stuff. They got the Air Force and their different vehicles that they fly, but they call their chariots the demon ships.
Right.
And they also had drones in the movie.
God.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So another interesting part, I caught this. So now it fast forwards to where there's a renegade group of the Navi people.
Right.
Right. What was they called? The Fire people?
Yes.
Fire Clan?
The Fire Clan.
The
God.
Fire Clan.
God.
Right? So these look like these were some rebel, just like sellouts and traitors amongst
Right.
our people.
Right.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
And I'm gonna get into something that the lead lady from the Fire Clan, notice it was a woman leading them.
God.
The lead lady from the Fire Clan, she said something significant
Mhm.
later on, but they came to attack the Navi people, right, which looked like they were originally Navi people that,
Right.
like I said, turned against their own people, like
Right.
rebels.
The Boule.
Right, the boule, you know what I'm saying? And if you can't beat them, join them niggas, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But notice, the Navi was still blue, of course,
Right.
but they were painted red.
Yeah,
they had
God.
red paint on them.
Right.
Right now, they had traces of the blue,
Right.
but the blue was kind of faded out.
Right.
So it gives you to understand, like, you're not the Navi. You're
Right.
not the Navi no more.
Right.
Remember, the Lord said a lot of our people are there. It's like they're not our people.
They were
sellouts,
whitewashed.
They traitors. They
Yeah.
whitewashed. Yeah, it kind of looked like excellent. It looked like they were whitewashed.
Yeah.
Because their skin more so looked like a faded blue white.
Right. Right.
But they had the
They were watered down.
they were watered down and they had the red.
Right.
Right. So, you know, the red and the blue. You got a Democrat, Republican, red state, blue state, blood and Crip.
God.
You know what I'm saying? You got and if you notice, the people that got corrupted, they look like demons.
Right, right.
So what happens with our people, a lot of times they get demons on them and hate their own people.
Right.
And they turn against their own people, and that's what that gangbanging goes into.
Right,
It's
right.
like, it was like red and blue fighting against each other.
Con.
And a lot of these gangbangers, when you look at them, they got a murder demon on them towards their own people.
Yeah, their countenance.
Their countenance is that's why a lot of them got like the tattoos on their face.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And they
Like
look like demons.
Blueface.
Like Blueface, yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he got the Chase Bank
Yeah.
logo. He got the Walgreens logo.
Yeah,
that man is bugged out, man.
They got a murder spirit on them.
Yeah.
And it's Deuteronomy 28. Their eyes shall be evil towards their brother.
Right.
And who really started that? The CIA,
Right.
the crack epidemic. You know, Freeway Rick Ross told the story.
Right.
You know, the gangs got more violent when the drugs came in.
Mhm.
At first, they were community organizations, but then they turned violent when the CIA infiltrated it with the drugs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And our people fell for it. And that gangbanging spirit is so disgusting, man. I mean, they still holding on to it.
Right.
But Esau threw that symbolism in there. Like, I make you niggas fight against each other and throw a color behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I peep that. You know what I'm saying? And it goes into them other levels, like I was saying. All right. So, yeah, like I said, the Navi people, you can look at that as the Navajo. All right. So, one of the battles, the clan, the Fire Clan group, they got the best of the Navi people.
Right.
And what did they do? They cut their locks off.
Yeah.
Their
Con.
locks represented their strength.
Right.
Who does that remind you of? Samson.
Right.
Right. Remember, Samson has 7 locks. And when you look at them, it was almost like it was 7 locks that they had cut off.
Right.
Because they were like dancing around holding the locks.
Yeah, con.
Because that's where the strength lied, and they knew that that's where the strength lied. Because what? That's their own people.
Right.
They turn wicked. Right. So a lot of times you got to be careful. Your own people, they know your strengths as well as your weaknesses.
Right.
And Esau will use our own people, the Boule and these high bougie sellout Negroes.
Con.
And they know how to help Esau destroy their own people.
Right.
They have think tanks and stuff where they go in there, Esau be like, well, what are these niggas like?
Right.
How do we get them? This your people, nigga, and
Right.
tell us how to get them. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
So it goes on high levels, man. And before anybody gets simple, that ain't blood. No, I'm telling you, Hollywood will do that, man. They will
Right.
throw that in there. But it goes on higher levels and layers. You know what I'm saying? Also, it gave me that Black Panther spirit,
Right.
that Wakanda
Con.
vibranium spirit.
Yeah, con.
Like when they tapped into that certain element, they got power and strength from it.
Right.
When they plug their hair in,
Yeah.
they got like power and strength from it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it kind of like, it's almost like Wakanda is the Southern Kingdom version, and
Right.
Avatar is the Northern Kingdom version.
Con,
You know what I'm saying?
con.
Right, the children of Judah and the children of Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because God can symbolize the Northern Kingdom also.
Right.
It's not just Ephraim.
Right.
It's saying Ephraim is the head of the Northern Kingdom, but Gad, they became a powerful force amongst the Northern Kingdom also.
Right.
All right. So another part, they went into Immaculate Conception or virgin birth.
Right.
All right. Where one of the characters, I forget her name, she was a main female character. Remember, they told her, you don't have a father.
Right.
They said Awa, which is sounds similar to Yahweh.
Yeah, con.
Right. Awa was the great mother spirit.
Right.
But what did Gad used to call the Most High, the Great Spirit?
The Great
they
Spirit,
just called
con.
it the Great Mother in the movie.
Con.
But they told her, they said, you don't have a father, you are ours child.
Right.
They try to say that about Yahushua.
Right.
Right. But they also try to say that about Mary.
Right.
Because that whole doctrine really comes from Mary.
Right.
The Catholic Church was trying to say Mary had a divine birth also.
Right.
And she passed it down to Yahushua. So they threw that element in there also. They threw that little Catholic element in there.
Right.
Like, you don't have a father. So
Right.
they try to say you're a clone, but then the other avatar was like, no, you are a child of Awa, which
Right.
Awa represents the Most High, but they just turned it into a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I saw they they put that in there. Then there was a part, I think this was Zoe Saldana.
Right.
Her character was Natiri.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Natiri, right? Remember, I think it was her or the other one that said, I hate the pink skins.
Right.
Remember she said that?
Yes. She said that.
She said, I hate the pink skins.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of them.
Right.
So Natiri said, listen, I hate them. We got to get rid of them.
Right.
Showing you what? Romans 9:13. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
God.
Now, why is it important with the women? Because Esau is showing you, listen, once the Israelite women start hating us and seeing us who we are, we fail.
Right. Right.
Remember, in the women were like forceful against the pink skins.
Right.
She's like, I hate the pink skins.
God.
And that show you what? You know what I'm saying? Hollywood know deep down inside, we have a right to hate them.
God.
And why did she hate them? Because she was going into their resume.
Right.
She said, look at everything they did to us. I hate them pink-skinned people.
Right.
Right, so, you know, that's like a New York Simeonite woman.
Right, right.
Saying, I hate these fucking Blancos.
Blanco.
Jake, if Esau know if that start happening.
Yeah,
because our
God.
people are a bunch of kiss asses and sellouts,
Cool.
man. But the minute our women, especially Northern Kingdom women,
Yeah.
start seeing Esau that he's the devil, his ass is finished.
God.
Right? You know, of course, they kept calling the other brother Jake.
Right.
That was a little subliminal they was throwing in there.
Right.
And he was the main brother.
The main character.
He's
yeah.
the main character.
Yeah.
One of them was I thought they were saying Nowak at one point, but they were
Right.
saying Lowak,
Right.
I believe, or something like that. But a lot of the language and everything, you can see is broken
Variation,
forms of Hebrew.
yeah.
It's variations of Hebrew.
Yeah.
Even Lowak, even though it's with an L, but Nowak. I thought they kept saying Nowak because
Right.
Nowak is Noah in the Hebrew.
Right.
All right, so they was playing around, like even one of them, the large like fishes or
Yeah,
whales,
whale,
or sea
yeah.
creatures, they had like a Hebrew name.
Right, right.
Like Pekanya or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And remember, anything with Yah at the end
Is
is
the Most High.
Y-A-H, is the Most High, and it definitely, more likely than not,
Yeah.
because there's an argument about the Hebrew now, but more likely than not, it goes back to ancient Paleo Hebrew.
Right.
If it got that Yah on the end. That's why we name our children Shekanya and
Yeah, yeah.
Shequitya and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Tanisha. And, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Right? But anyway.
Even Ephraim with Yahira.
Yeah.
Yahira.
Yahira, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they kept calling Esau the sky people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what I get from that was Gad is more land than sea.
Right.
And then Esau, with Esau's technology, you know,
That's where they came out of.
That's where they came out of, yeah.
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 It because it's another planet,
Right.
they would have been coming from the sea if it was Earth. Because they came on boats.
Right.
But they came with the ships from the
Right.
sky. So that's
right,
what.
because I forget that because Pandora represents another planet.
Right,
Kun.
Yeah.
And that devil straight up says, yeah, we the only way we're gonna colonize these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So again, they called their crafts, and that makes sense because they came from the sky.
Right.
They called them demon ships.
Right.
Right. Now, what do we call the chariots? Motherships.
Right.
Right. That come from amongst our people, even from the time of slavery.
Right.
Swing low, sweet
Sweet
chariot
chariot.
coming forth to carry me home.
That's right.
Right. The mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left.
God.
Bootsy Collins and them having a mothership on stage with them. Africa Bambaataa and them.
George Clinton.
George Clinton, yeah. Right. So they call them demon ships. They call.
Yeah.
So it's basically the opposite of us calling the chariots the mothership.
Right.
Right. Now, if you notice, right, they come to this. Remember Jake? They captured Jake.
Right.
Right. And notice they marched Jake through the people.
Right.
And that was symbolic to like Yahushai also.
Right.
Remember they captured Yahushai and they was taking them through the people and they was cursing them out and yelling them, spitting on them, you know, and yelling at him, yelling derogatory stuff to him. You know what I'm saying? They were saying, crucify him, his blood be on us and our children.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So Jake also, in that moment, he kind of symbolized Yahushai walking to his crucifixion.
Right.
Because remember, the sellout Navi guy that was the Marine general
Right.
for the pink skins. He told him at 6 a.m. or 6, we're gonna kill you.
Right.
That's your hour. Remember, it said, I think Yahushua, in the scriptures, it said Yahushua died around the 9th hour.
Right.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But there was a cry at the 6th hour.
Right.
So it's all symbolism. Because they was marching them through the people, and they was like, yeah, they got him. And what did they do? They called Jake a terrorist.
Right.
You seen it up on the billboard, it was like a news flash.
Yeah,
something like they got the terrorists. You know what I'm saying? So when you resist Esau and his kingdom, if you don't want to let Esau conquer you and your people and oppress you, you're a terrorist.
Right.
So now self-defense is nation defense is terrorism. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you notice, when they came to Pandora and they captured the sky people on Esau's army, basically, when they captured Jake, they brought him back to Earth, right? But on one of the crafts, when they went to the first war to capture Jake, on one of the crafts, it was a Moabite. So it was symbolic to all the nations coming together to make war against Israel.
Right.
Because it was Esau, and it looked like different nations amongst them. Then it was the sellout Navi people, and then it was Moab. Right. So it's Esau, the other nations, and the 2/3 coming against the remnant of Israel.
Right.
That symbolism was in there also, right? And that's what's going to happen in these last days. If we get persecuted for teaching this gospel, who's going to be against us? Who's going to be against the prophets? It's going to be the sellouts of our people, the other nations, and Esau, mainly. Now, some of them going to be like, no, they're telling the truth, leave them alone. But they're going to stop them. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, that's why it's going to be internal warfare.
Right.
Because some of the people going to be like, no, them guys are telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that. Also, when they got to the military base, it was all nations there also. Right. And they were all cheering on because they had captured Jake. Right. So now when the Navi people, when the Fire Clan, when they got to Earth and got to the military base, notice, what's that actress name? She played the female military general also.
Edie Falco?
Edie Falco. Edie Falco said, take them savages back where they belong. Right. See, that's a clue to our people too. You could sell out and kiss Esau ass and they'll still turn on you in the end. Right. Nigga, go back where you belong. We just used you. Right. So our people, they got to understand, you're going to do all that. And even if Esau act like they're going to accept you, you're going to be destroyed by the Most High. Right. For betraying your own people. Right. So you finish anyway. You know what I'm saying? She said, take them savages back where they belong. Right. And then remember, he was a Navi, or I think he was a mixed breed. Right. The two tall generals. They was fighting with. Or they might have been a turnover. They might have captured them and they flip sides. Yeah. I gotta go back and watch this shit because some stuff I know is caught up from the
I think they were humans at first, and then they made them into those creatures. Right. They crossbred them.
They crossbred them. Yeah. So they can know how the people think or whatever. Right. Right. So she called them savages. You know what I'm saying? Said they need to go back where they belong. But that's equivalent to Zoe Saldana saying the pink skins need to go back where they belong. Right. That's Isaiah. Every man shall turn to his own people. You need to be amongst your own. That's Sirach too. Every beast loveth his light. Right. Beasts can also go into nations. Right. So fast forward. There was one of the sea creatures. One of the sea creatures was named Tanakh. Right.
Yeah, God, I remember that. Yeah.
Right. His name was Tanakh, which Tanakh is the other part of the Old Testament. Right. Torah and Tanakh. They spelled it different, but it sounds the pronunciation. Right. Now he said they shot me and they blinded me. Right. Meaning what? Spiritually, our people have been blinded to the word. Right. Tanakh represents the word. It's the other part of the Torah is the first 5 books, but the Tanakh is the rest. That represents the word. He said they blinded me. They shot me and they blinded me. Right. It almost reminded me of polite. Shoot up the damn Bible. But shot also could mean they shot the word down. Right. You know that saying? They shot me down. Yeah. Right? So they shot the word down. They shot the Tanakh. The Tanakh is symbolic to the word. Right. It's not the whole word, but it's a part of the word. And the Old Testament is a major part of the word. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got Old Testament, Torah, and Tanakh, only Israelites. Right. So the Tanakh said they shot me down at night. So what did they do? They shot down the word of the Lord and they blinded our people too. You know what I'm saying? So
and those will creatures they were like elders, almost
right.
They had a lot of wisdom.
Right, the whales or the giant sea creatures.
Yeah,
they represented like the elders.
Right,
and that's why the elders, they were more about peace.
Right.
I don't want to jump the gun, but that's towards the end. But they were like, if we fight, we just gonna keep fighting. Like the war's just gonna keep going on. But the elders know that's how this man is.
Right.
He's gonna keep fighting to either they're all dead or we're all dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, so they escape. Spider, Jake, and one or two other people got captured and brought to Earth.
Right.
So Spider escapes, and then Neytiri comes and breaks Jake out from Earth. Right. And they all make it back to Pandora. Right. They make it back to their planet. So now Jake wakes up and like, yo, the pink skin gotta go.
Right.
Because he said as long as he's here, they're gonna capture him, and they're gonna figure out how they can breathe this air.
Right.
Because the Spider, he needed help breathing.
Right.
Because he wasn't an Avatar, he wasn't the Na'vi people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Esau don't have the same DNA like us.
Right.
They don't have melanin and different things. In different environments, it's hard for them to survive.
Right.
Reminds me of the sun. You know, so they can't survive in the sun.
Right.
So they couldn't survive. So he said they're gonna keep coming back because they're gonna capture him and figure out how to breathe here, and they're gonna come and destroy this whole place and take it over.
Right.
And remember, the Edomites said there's $100 billion worth of whatever he said in there. We need to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So now Jake comes to term and be like, yo, the pink skin gotta go.
Right.
So he's about to kill him. He takes out the knife. He takes him to a secluded place. Kind of reminds me of Abraham and Isaac.
Right.
So now Spider is Isaac.
Yeah, God. They made the Edomite Isaac. God.
They made the Edomite into Isaac.
That was lifted straight from that story.
That was lifted straight
because it's the knife.
The man had the knife. He was about to slice. It was lifted straight.
And he doesn't. He's unaware of it. He's like thinking everything's cool. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They stole that right from the story of Abraham about the sacrifice.
Right.
So now the Spider, the Edomite is Isaac. Now.
Right.
So I said, oh boy, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So they stopped. She's like, well, he saved your life. Don't kill him, whatever. So he stops. No, it's got to be another way.
Right. Yeah.
We can't kill this pink skin. He's got to be there some way, somehow. So now what happens is, and this is very spiritual, they went and they gathered all the Na'vi tribes together. Right. Which was really all the tribes of Israel. Because remember the dark-skinned woman came to Neytiri? Right. She was real dark-skinned and she had the braids, like dark brown. Right. That represented the southern kingdom. Right. Southern and northern.
Because it had this black woman energy coming from
exactly.
They're supposed to be aliens, but this one looked like the black woman.
Right. So he called all the tribes together, and really, that's really when Esau kingdom gonna fall. Right. When our people, we're not gonna fully gather on this side. That's for the kingdom, but we gotta get some kind of gathering on this side and get on. How Tariq say on cold. On cold, right. On cold, right. And that gathering is gonna come to a degree on this side. Right. Not fully, because we got to be gathered from all over the earth, but it's got to be a spiritual gathering. Right. A certain amount of our people have to wake up. We're the Israelites, and this man is a devil, and this kingdom is going to fall and turn against this kingdom. Right. And that energy is going to make Esau kingdom start falling. Right. All right. We must come together and fight. Right. And he said, what? The day is at hand. Right. He said, the day has come. And when you everything is spiritual. It's taken straight from scripture. Right. In the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra said, the day of doom shall be the end of this time. God. So he said the day is at hand. So we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be the race war, the return of Yahushua, World War III, Civil War, all that together in one. All right, and one more thing, a couple of more things I have, what I can remember. At the end, they had to go to the Great Spirit,
Right.
and the Great Spirit had to send the creatures from the bottom of the sea.
Right.
Now, what I would say it the way and they said in the movie, the Spirit Mother.
Right.
The Spirit Mother was named Awa.
Right.
Now they called her the Spirit Mother. Gad called the Most High the Great Spirit.
Right.
They just turned it into a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The name was Awa.
Right.
Even I think it's the history of the Native American Indian. They understood. They pronounced the name Yahweh.
Right.
And they said the tribe of Gad, the Native American Indians, pronounced the name of the Most High Yahweh.
Right.
That's in that book, History of the American Indian. I think it's by James Adair, if I'm not mistaken, right? So the name of this great mother spirit was Awa, the great spirit, Yahweh, and they had to get the energy. They had to tap back into the great spirit. That's where they really won the war.
Right.
Because
right.
they sent them creatures from the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
And what do them creatures represent? The angels.
Right. God.
What is Yahweh Shah coming with? 200 million angels.
God.
Jake is already that Yahweh Shai type figure also.
Right.
He's symbolic to that Yahweh type figure. He represents Israel. Yeah, he's a lot of things in one.
Right.
But he represents that Yahweh Shai type figure, but they had to tap into the spirit of the Most High.
Right.
Hence, the only way our people, we're going to be delivered out of this captivity and we're going to win the war, we got to call on the Most High.
Right,
We got
God.
to tap back into the great spirit, Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and the angels, the